The S&P 500 is bouncing right now, touching a very important level. Guys, in today's video we will have a look at the regular financial markets. We are going to have a look at Bitcoin. This is a very interesting chart, and I'm also going to talk a little bit about this chart, and it might give us a little bit more clarity on what's going on or what is going to happen with Bitcoin. So guys, let's jump straight into it. Before we are zooming in, make sure to leave a thumbs up. That's very much appreciated. Like we have been saying in the previous videos as well, we expect the regular financial markets from this green zone to bounce. And we did get that bounce. Right now we are touching the 50% Fibonacci level, which is aligning with the 200-day moving average. There is no correlation at this specific moment with Bitcoin and the regular financial markets. However, that can catch up in the future again, of course. And yeah, this is an important level because we can see also that the VIX is coming down into a support level right here. So we might even see a rejection from this specific level and the regular financial markets maybe rolling over. That is definitely not yet confirmed. We could also push a little bit higher to the 61.80%, and with the VIX push a little bit lower and test this former resistance of this falling wedge formation. So that is very interesting. If we do break above this high right here at 4380 roughly, then yeah, it will be invalidated that the S&P 500 is right now in a longer term decline. But definitely so far it looks like structure wise this is actually pretty bearish. Then guys, I want to bring you to the following chart because this is just very interesting. These are the Bitcoin price or Bitcoin bull market comparisons, and they just take the price of Bitcoin from the moment of the halving, and then you can just see the amount of days after the halving what the price basically has done. And what we can see is that we are often seeing certain corrections happening at similar moments. So for example, right here we topped in 2000. This one is I guess 2015. This one is 2020. This one is the year before. Oh wait, this one is 2016, sorry. And here we can see that yeah, we are correcting. Here we are starting to correct. Here we are starting to correct. So they kind of have a similar ebb and flow. So here we also have a rally, and although they don't align perfectly, as you can see, the waves of like going up down, there is some correlation. There's definitely some correlation going on between these between these patterns, and it makes also very much sense because you got to think of it. We as humans through these markets are going through these waves of emotions, right? You probably have seen that Wall Street cheat sheet where we go from depression, despair, to disbelief, to hope, to optimism, to euphoria, back down again. So these emotional states are very well visible here, and these emotional states always take some time to play out. It takes some time for us to become depressed in the bear market and to slowly become optimistic once the price starts to catch up, right? And to slowly get depressed or like negative again when the price comes down. But what we see right here is that Bitcoin has topped right here in 2019 at $14,000, then started to correct. We have seen the top recently as well, although we did surpass those highs. It is not a weird moment, specific moment seasonally to see a rally in the Bitcoin price, because we had this, for example, right here in 2015, right here, 2016, we also had a rally around this time in the Bitcoin price. We also had it in 2019 right here. We also had that rally, and we completely retraced that rally because we had a black swan event, that March 2020 crash. So that was quite interesting, and I think that is also very crazy to see, because the mechanics of that bull market, of this price action, was really Bitcoin launched after being suppressed for a long period of time. After completing a 1-year bear market, we got launched back into a actually a bull market, but we also had a long correction during that bull market from that overextension in the shorter term time frame. And what we have seen right here is that basically the regular financial markets were not doing so good. Bitcoin was very much correlated with the regular financial markets, and the moment we had that massive crash right here, we actually had that money printer going on. That is very visible right here. The money printer going on at February 2020, like gigantically make a big jump right here. And that was the moment that Bitcoin actually started to rally. And started to rally pretty hard, right? And then we went to suddenly from 3k to roughly 10k, and then we had some consolidation at 10k, and then we just went in this bull market to 60,000 US dollars. So I do expect a seasonal correction to occur in the coming months somewhere. It's just not really clear right now whether Bitcoin will make another push. So we can also, for example, first go to 40,000 US dollars and then correct back to 35,000 US dollars. So we could correct from the levels right now, 35 back to 30. That is definitely possible. Or we can also go first to 40 and then correct back to 35. So you never know with Bitcoin. Once it goes, it goes. So you got to be a little bit careful for that. And a lot of signals, I've seen that in many bull markets, guys. I've seen when Bitcoin is in a very strong trend, it can ignore so much signals that it's just, you don't want to take it all too serious. You really want to look at the structure. But yeah, bearishness also will directly be visible in structure. So that's also important to note. Then, guys, I want to bring you to this chart, and this is the stablecoin dominance. We haven't been looking at this chart for quite a while, and this is basically USDC plus USDT. And then the dominance, and this was in a rising channel, and it looks like we broke that rising channel to the downside. But right now, it looks like, and this is just something I wanted to share, it looks like we are coming down with bullish divergences. If we go to the 8-hour time frame, for example, we can see that this is clearly the relative strength index is going up while the stablecoin dominance is going down. So this could be bullish for this chart, which means that we could have that seasonal correction on Bitcoin that I was talking about. But this chart also tells a little bit the same thing, like I just said. We might get first a little bit more decline on this chart to really touch this support level. And if we do touch that support, and let me show you guys why that is such an important support. Because it is not only that channel that is lining up there, but also previous resistance. So guys, if we touch this level after such a decline with the relative strength index being pretty oversold, so to say, I definitely think we can see a bounce in this chart, and to stay a little bit in this channel, right? Maybe get a bounce, and then we get a retest of this channel, and then we can see lower levels. That would be beautiful, actually. But a bounce right here would definitely be quite a big Bitcoin correction. So the question right now is really going to be for me whether that bounce will happen like at the levels we are trading right now, that we are going to see a little bit of a brief Bitcoin correcting a little bit, or which actually would make a little bit more sense to come down a little bit more right here and then bounce from these levels. So guys, if you have any opinion about that, let me know in the comment section down below. What do you think Bitcoin is doing right now? If we go right here, we can see Bitcoin actually had this triangle formation that we talked about in yesterday's video. We did broke out to the upside, like we've mentioned as well. Let's have a look at the volume that came along with that. We did saw some increase in volume coming along with that. We didn't reach the technical target of this formation, so we reversed a little bit below at 35,950. So that is kind of crazy. We almost went to 36,000 last night. And on Bitcoin, we are actually seeing the relative strength index doing the opposite as with the stablecoin dominance. Here, the relative strength index is coming down while the price is going up, which generally known is like a bearish divergence. However, this doesn't really have to mean anything if we don't lose any support, and so far Bitcoin is holding actually quite good. So right now I'm not too worried about this. I would worry if Bitcoin would really like break this uptrending support. Bitcoin would break that one, then I would say, okay, we might get a bigger correction. Also, this pattern, guys, it can be slightly different. Can get rid of that one. But because it's so early, the pattern, maybe we form something like this, like a rising flag, maybe a rising wedge. But yeah, I also like this structure pretty because it is... But I also really do like this structure because we do see that triangle formation and we do see that push higher. So yeah, guys, Bitcoin is doing Bitcoin things and it's still looking good. And I would say if we can hold this uptrend, the next levels to watch is 36, 38 till 40,000 US dollars. Once we hit 40,000 US dollars, it would make a lot of sense that we are going to see a lot of liquidity flowing into altcoins. We've already seeing that, guys. So for example, Solana is doing very well, breaking out from this long-term consolidation. Also, the total market cap of crypto, guys, also has seen a nice push above the resistance. That is something that we have been waiting for. So that is also confirming that right now, basically new money is entering the space. It's not that crazy yet, but it is starting. People are waking up. We've seen that also on Google Trends. People are really waking up. So slowly but surely, people are coming to help support this bull market. So yeah, guys, that was it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If so, make sure to leave a thumbs up button. That is very much appreciated. I just made a couple of updates for will alerts. We have been looking at some altcoins that we are going to heavily invest in. We had a look at some other opportunities to invest in the cryptocurrency markets. If you want to get that extra content as well, you can join Will Alerts for free, basically by joining one of the exchanges down below this video, meet the deposit requirements, and submit your user ID over on willportal.com. So for the ones interested in that, you can find more information down below. Guys, I want to wish every single one of you a beautiful day today, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video.